So it's now my pleasure to introduce to you the former 9th District Long Beach City Council member, the former Vice Mayor, and for a very few moments more, Mayor-elect. This will now be the 29th Mayor of the City of Long Beach, the Honorable Rex Allen Richardson, Jr. The oath of office will be administered by Shondela McCrary Small, the mother of our new mayor.
It's a great honor this evening to swear in my son, Rex Richardson, to be the next mayor of Long Beach, California. His whole life, Rex has always been a thoughtful and hardworking leader. He has never been afraid to take on a challenge and has always stood up for what is right. He's an incredible husband, father, and will continue to make us proud as mayor. It's no greater honor for a mother.
Got it. You got this. You got this.
Than to see their child grow up to make a difference in this world. Son, tonight you have again made your mama proud. As you take this oath of office, remember your ancestors who came before you and who are looking down on you tonight right now. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Rex Richardson,
I, Rex Richardson,
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
that
I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and to the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Congratulations, Mayor.
Let's hear it from my mama. My dynamic wife, my incredible daughters. Boy, am I blessed. My fellow Long Beach residents, I am honored to be sworn in as your mayor this evening. I'm humbled by the faith you've put in me to unite our city to tackle the biggest challenge we face. I'm grateful for all that God has bestowed upon me and ask the Lord's guidance as I take this vocation of service to others, especially those who find themselves at the margins of our society. This moment also belongs to my family. My wife, Dr. Nina Richardson, the new First Lady of Long Beach. My daughters, Alina and Mila, the new First Daughters of Long Beach. You have supported me through my service on the City Council and through this campaign. You spent countless days and nights with me, and we worked long hours to deliver for our residents and share our vision in every part of our city. I love you. I'm grateful for your unconditional support and belief in me. I want to thank and congratulate Mayor Garcia for his friendship and his service to our city. Mayor Garcia led us through the most challenging of times in our history, with a pandemic, a fragile economy, a national reckoning with global racial inequality. His leadership was rightfully recognized as a national model for fighting COVID-19 and leading our community through an equitable recovery. As the freshman class president of the new Congress, I know Mayor Garcia will continue to make an impact for our city on a national stage. Thank you, Mayor Garcia, for your service. That's right. To our new city council members, I am excited to collaborate with you as we lay the foundation for a strong and resilient Long Beach together. And I am proud to pass the baton of Vice Mayor to Cindy Allen. Cindy will help lead a city council where more women will serve than at any point in our city's history. This past weekend, we started our inauguration festivities with a day of service. Neighbors came together all across our city to collect toys and pet supplies for families in need, clean up our precious beaches and our parks, and plant seeds for the future of our urban canopy. I was honored to participate with each of you, and I stand ready to partner with you as we work to make City Hall more responsive to the needs of our constituents and the neighbors that we all serve. To our citywide leaders, City Attorney Don McIntosh, City Prosecutor Doug Halbert, City Attorney Laura Dowd, let's congratulate them. I look forward to working with you to lead our city together. To our regional leaders who are here with us today, members of Congress, the state legislature, the county, mayors, council members, school board members, and college trustees representing Southern California, thank you for your friendship, your guidance, your support. I've had the honor to work with you in various capacities, but I'm especially proud of our time together, our partnership when I served as president of Southern California Association of Governments. Tonight we set an ambitious goal. Together we set an ambitious goal to address our housing crisis, our economic and racial inequities, and our changing climate. But we only achieve these goals if we continue to work together toward our shared vision for our region's future. I look forward to continuing these progress on these critical initiatives. And to Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, my friend who's with us tonight, thank you so much for being here. I accept your call to lock arms with you and confront our city's shared challenges. Imagine a moment when two mayors from the two largest cities in the region are aligned on values and working together to get our unhoused neighbors off the street, chart an equitable recovery for our future of our region. We will turn this vision into reality with Mayor Karen Bass as our neighbor. To the transition team, led by Mark Taylor and Tunua Thrash Entuk, thank you so much for your service. I look forward to unveiling our 100-day plan at our annual State of the City address right here at the Terrace Theater on January 10th. I hope to see you there. And to the residents of the city of Long Beach, I am grateful. Thank you for entrusting me as a steward who will guide our future prosperity of our great city. You put your faith in me, in my ability to lead our beloved community. And I am incredibly grateful to my neighbors in North Long Beach. The 9th District took a chance on a persistent young council member with a yes we can mentality. Our uptown renaissance is realized. It's a shining example of what is possible when our neighbors come together and unite behind a common purpose and create change. And I'm proud that the 9th District is stronger and healthier and more vibrant as I pass the baton to a great new leader, Dr. Joni Ricks Odie, the first woman to have ever served in the 9th District. Like many of you, I was drawn to Long Beach for its promise of opportunity. I moved here as a college student. I bought my first home in North Long Beach. My wife and I got married on the Long Beach waterfront, and our 2 daughters were born at Long Beach Memorial Hospital. My service to this city is my gratitude for all that Long Beach has provided me and my family throughout the years. It's been my true privilege to work every day as a city council member and as vice mayor to make our city a better place to live and work and play for everyone. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity to lead this city. I've reflected on my life's many milestones, twists, turns, ups, downs that have brought me to this moment. Many people have made an impact on my journey, from being born on Scott Air Force Base in Belleville, Illinois, to the Greyhound bus ride in junior high that brought me to the Golden State. I think every day of the families in our city who are navigating the same circumstances of uncertainty that my family overcame. And I'll never forget, and I will always keep them in the front of my mind. Tonight, in our city, there's a single mom rushing home in between two jobs so she can make sure her kids eat dinner. She strings together her paychecks to keep a roof over their heads. And she provides the stability that they need so they can excel at school, because education is their ticket to a better future. She's strong, she's resilient, and she needs support from the city in the form of affordable child care, a living wage, and stable housing. She's a reminder of a woman that I know, my mother. As a young girl in Reform, Alabama, the segregated South, my mother broke through an unjust barrier that prevented children like her, black children, from getting an equitable education. At just 7 years old, the age of my daughters, my mom integrated her elementary school because of my grandmother's vision for a better tomorrow. That grit and tenacity my mother needed to be a trailblazer are the lessons that she passed on to me and to my siblings. Throughout her life, she persevered. She went from a housewife to a hard-working union welder on the General Motors assembly line. And later, with her friends in tow, she moved to California in search of a better life, where she retrained as a domestic healthcare worker and member of SEIU. My mom went on to raise children who would become the first generation in our family to earn college degrees. Now, thank you, this is my sister. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't always easy, but let's be clear, I am the man that I am today because of the sacrifices of my mom. And today, she swore in her son as Long Beach's next mayor. Now, seeing the sacrifices that my hardworking mother went through and overcame, and all those odds, they've inspired me to continue ensuring that all families have access to basic needs like banks and libraries and health services. The more we do as a city to make life easier for families, the more opportunities that they have to get ahead. Tonight, as a librarian shuts off the lights and locks the doors, a grocery worker checks out their last customer, a hotel worker cleans their last room, a firefighter and a police officer keeps the night watch, I offer these workers my sincere appreciation for helping to make our city run. Let's hear it for our city workers. To all the families who are finding it harder to keep up economically, I understand, and help is on the way. A strong economy requires a strong and healthy workforce. I'll continue to fight alongside Long Beach workers to ensure that our city remains a proud union town where every worker is treated with dignity and respect. Together, we will focus on creating a sustainable economy with more jobs that offer higher wages, predictable schedules, and better benefits. We will invest in affordable housing near schools so that students and teachers can remain near their sources of stability. Now, to the youth of our city, you are our future and our city loves you. For those youth who have been told what you cannot do, this moment is dedicated to you. In our city, there's a mentor leaving a tutoring session at a library. Let's call it the Michelle Obama Library. That mentor is demonstrating to a young person that they can achieve anything that they dream of with hard work and a quality education. Because if you can see it, you can be it. That mentor is carrying the torch that lights the path of a young person's future. My mentors were my teachers and my counselors and my coaches who put their faith in me and my ability to study hard and succeed. They're the ones who encouraged me to apply to Cal State Dominguez Hills. And when I got my acceptance letter, I knew it was my ticket to a world of new opportunities. Go Toros, that's right. And because I was given access to a quality public education that transformed my life, I and all of us have the responsibility to hold the door open for others. Those opportunities inspired me to help disrupt the school-to-prison pipeline by creating programs like PATH, Promising Adults Tomorrow's Hope, that provided young people with an option for job training and education as alternatives to prosecution. Because of our greatest asset as a city is our youth, they deserve opportunities and second chances. And as a city, we will continue to invest in our youth so that they can achieve their highest and fullest potential. Now, as a dad, I think about our Long Beach children every day, who are probably less excited about coming to Inauguration than they are about Santa Claus coming to town. I know my children are. Those children depend on us as civic leaders to get it right, that we provide the resources and amenities that they need to achieve their dreams, where their future isn't determined by their race, their gender identity, or their zip code. My daughters are a constant reminder of why the work we do at City Hall today matters for all of our collective future. My youngest daughter, Mila, she's 5 years old, and she's in kindergarten. The decisions we make and actions that we take today and over the next decade will determine what the future looks like for Mila and for all of our children. Now, she'll be in the 12th grade if I have the good fortune to continue my service as mayor for a full 12-year term. Now, by the time Mila is getting ready to go to college and heading off to pursue her opportunities, hopefully still believing that her dad is cool, I wanted her to have grown up in a community, in a city that has offered her and every kid in our city the opportunity and the support that they need to reach their full potential. And they grow up fast. So the clock is ticking. Over the next decade, we need to have done our part in addressing the state and regional housing crisis by creating more pathways to homeownership while continuing to expand affordable housing production and rental housing opportunities so that Long Beach remains a viable and desirable place to raise a family. If families fall on hard times, we respond with supportive housing and mental health services and job training that will help them return to the stability that they need. And over the next decade, I want to have embraced community safety and address the root causes of crime and poverty and lack of opportunity with direct investments into parks and healthcare and libraries and youth programs and community policing rooted in respect and community trust. Over the next decade, I want the city of Long Beach to take its place as a global leader in curbing the effects of climate change and carbon emissions by creating a climate-sustainable economy. For generations, Long Beach's past has relied heavily on the production of oil and fossil fuels. It's connected to the very fabric of our local economy. It's a part of our history. But the end of that legacy is on our horizon. Let's lay the foundation for Long Beach of the future, a global sustainability-centered hub that attracts emerging companies, invests in growing industries like space and healthcare and supply chain, and embraces clean and renewable energy such as wind and solar power, all while generating thousands of safe and good-paying local jobs that improve the health of all of Long Beach's residents. We'll build an economy that leaves no one behind, one that becomes a center for restaurants and small businesses owned and operated by women, LGBTQ residents, and entrepreneurs that reflect the diversity of our proud city. As we lead this city into this new and necessary direction, we'll continue our progress in improving open spaces and restoring natural habitats, developing public infrastructure like streets and sidewalks that are safe and accessible. This historic mayorship represents not only how far we've come toward building a more inclusive city, but also the potential that we have to remedy deep and systemic disparities in opportunity across our city. Over the next decade, or in 12 years, when our children are no longer children, I hope that we can look back on this moment and be proud of all that we have set out to do to solve our city's greatest challenges and deliver results that make better lives for the next generation. Our vision of a healthy, safe, and thriving future for our city can be achieved, but only if we work together. We have to do the hard things first. Tackle the rising cost of housing and address homelessness and the mental health crisis in our communities today. The work has already begun. On Friday, I had the opportunity to meet with President Biden, that's right, pinch me, and a cohort of new mayors to discuss this humanitarian crisis and it's no secret that homelessness is an enormous societal issue facing every major U.S. city. The COVID-19 pandemic, record unemployment during those dark times, and the lack of housing pushed more and more Long Beach and regional residents into homelessness. Too many residents live one paycheck away from instability. Last year, our city reported a 62% increase in homelessness, while at the same time, housing solutions in our city grew by double that, 123% increase in housing opportunities. That shows Long Beach's commitment and effectiveness in creating housing solutions is real, but it's not enough. More must be done. The President issued a call to go all in and work toward solving homelessness through bold and innovative policy solutions. So tonight, I'm answering the call for Long Beach to go all in. This is a big challenge. So where do we start on a problem so complex? We start with educating our community. Tomorrow, I'm announcing the city will unveil our new homelessness website, a comprehensive resource for the community on homelessness. The website will be the first time we've had all our resources linked together in one place for both people experiencing homelessness and those who are housed, with data and services and ways to get engaged and challenges that we have yet to overcome. Secondly, tomorrow, I'm going to partner with Councilwoman Mary Zendejas on calling our city manager to bring the City Council a declaration of emergency on homelessness. That's right, Karen Bass. We're locking arms. To speed up our response to homelessness and make this a top priority for our city, we need to work faster with more urgency. We need to remove barriers to hiring and procurement. We need to provide focus and accountability and better communication. We need every part of our city to go all in, with a specific commitment from each of our 9 council members to do their part. To welcome services that bring relief to those surfing on our streets. We need our business community to go all in, to continue activating our business corridors, bringing people to shop and dine in our restaurants, and supporting and embracing services to those who need our help. We need our landlords to go all in. We have more than 300 families with vouchers in hand today, actively searching for a landlord who will accept them. We need to re-engage our clergy and faith leaders to go all in, to work together to bring community resources to bear to address this moral dilemma. I expect that our city team will rise to this challenge through this declaration and will bring a plan that addresses our shelter needs, safe parking plans, build the right teams and funding that we need to make a real difference. And of course, we need to look to address our public safety concerns in small businesses and neighborhoods that are impacted by the homelessness crisis. But I want to be clear, this crisis is not going to be solved overnight. It's going to require much more than a 6 or 9 month declaration of emergency. It's going to require long-term housing solutions. In the end, homelessness is linked to the lack of housing. When housing costs become unaffordable, people can no longer afford rent. They're pushed out of their homes. The longer people live on the street, the more trust they lose in us, their city, their institution as a society to be able to help them. Just this year, 99 people died on our streets before we can get them housing. Responding with urgency matters. So I'm calling for a renewed commitment over the next 4 years to follow our housing plans and build housing of all types to accommodate our entire community. While some cities have fought against state direction to grow housing supply, our community embraced and passed one of the first California housing element plans. But now it's time for us to work the plan, find new policies, new resources, new partnerships to build the housing that will not only help those who are homeless, but also our future graduates and our workforce and our children. So everyone in our community can have the dignity of a home they can be proud of. Now I know that this is possible. Our community can do immense good. But we have to believe that in Long Beach, by working together, we can make a difference. We have to understand who we are. We can't lose sight of who we are. We are the great city of Long Beach, home to the college promise, home to America's most outstanding public education systems, home to the region's economic driver at the Port of Long Beach, the fastest growing space cluster in America, Space Beach. We are the cradle of West Coast hip hop. We're the home to scholars and champions. We've overcome big challenges before, and we will do it again. We know how to step up when the going gets tough. We're the city that responded to the pandemic, one of the first cities to vaccinate 99% of our seniors, when our neighborhoods were hungry, we stepped up. When food bank lines were long, we jumped into action, popping trunks and putting food on the table. We're the city that stood up for our frontline heroes with sick days and protections to get their jobs back at their lowest moment. Even when we experienced unrest, the next morning, thousands of us stood together, sweeping up glass, painting out graffiti, putting our city back together and bringing our city together to reconcile. Because that's the true spirit of Long Beach. That's the determination of hardworking families. We dig in to make our community better. That's who we are. That's our grit. That's our spirit. That's Long Beach. We can tackle these challenges before us because we will do what needs to be done to make our children proud. We will do it again and again and over as many times as we need to until we achieve it together. So now is the time for us to shape the direction of our future. Now is the time for Long Beach to lead. Thank you for the honor of serving as your mayor for such a time as this. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get to work. Thank you for your time.